An asset's life is the period from creation to end of life. In the oil and gas and mining industry, an asset's life typically starts with a commercial decision to develop a resource. One or more engineering contractors are engaged to develop a front-end engineering design or FEED, which allows the project to be accurately costed and gives the investors sufficient information to make a final investment decision on the project. Once that decision to proceed with the project has been taken, an engineering, procurement and construction contractor, or EPC contractor, is typically engaged to build and deliver the asset. The engineers will perform a detailed design where the specifications of bulk materials such as piping and steel and tagged items such as compressors and motors will be defined, and requisitions will be handed over to procurement. Procurement arranges for the purchase and delivery of products that meet the engineering specifications contained in those requisitions. And this is where the manufacturer's product that will be used for the asset is identified. The products are delivered to site as required by the construction schedule, and the asset is built. The EPC will then conduct a commissioning activity to ensure mechanical completion of the asset, and then hand the asset over to the operator. So at this stage, the information about the asset has gone through several stages and several handovers, as designed, as purchased, and as built. Getting a complete set of as-built information at handover is a common requirement to provide a record of what was delivered by the EPC at plant handover. Now, as operational systems are getting smarter and more automated, the operators have a separate group of people that are concurrently building out operational systems in an operational readiness phase. And this operational readiness phase starts earlier and earlier, and it's now not uncommon for operators to be having this starting back in the feed phase of a project, even if only planning for it. The operator will go through their own commissioning activities and start up the plant with specialist operators. And hopefully the plant then moves into a period of stable operations for the long term. Now let's take a step back and look at some scenarios around handover of information from manufacturers to operators. The period of asset development could be anywhere from 1 to 4 years. So in this case, we're taking a look at a product that was purchased early in the project. If we've specified precisely what we want and have processes in place to measure compliance with what we've specified, then we should receive a set of structured and unstructured information about that product that we can use to build our operational systems. The information from manufacturers will be used by the operational readiness team to establish spare parts lists and bills of materials that are catalogued into the operator's ERP system, but also to develop maintenance strategies for implementation in the operator's enterprise asset management system. So let's take a look at a couple of examples of that. If a manufacturer is supplying a product that costs, say, $500 and has a 24-hour lead time on a non-critical asset, we're likely to just swap out the whole unit when it fails, and we wouldn't be likely to hold stock. Whereas if a product is, say, $500,000 and has a 3-month lead time, we'll have a very different strategy where we'll probably hold spares and not just replace the whole unit when something goes wrong. So it's not just the technical product information that will be used in setting up the operational systems. Commercial arrangements with manufacturers, such as pricing and availability, will be very important inputs to setting up the operational systems. And in business, as in life, nothing stands still. So let's consider a few common scenarios that could happen at any time after our initial purchase of the product that would impact what we're actually needing to load into our operational systems. Say the manufacturer decides to implement a new ERP system and all their existing part numbers change. Or the manufacturer introduces a new model of product and all part numbers change, including those that support the old models of product. Or the manufacturer no longer sells or supports the product. Maybe it's not selling well enough, maybe he no longer wants to be in that specific business, or maybe he's simply gone out of business. Or even still, the manufacturer gets acquired by another company and his products now become a brand of that other company. Or maybe the new company has consolidated product lines and changed branding altogether. All of these are really common everyday occurrence, and there's a lot more of these sorts of situations. There's some estimates that suggest, and the numbers are always debatable, that product information can be expected to corrode at the rate of about 25% per annum. So the end result is that this disconnected handover means that their operational systems are likely being run on information that no longer matches reality. Handover of product information today, even if it's well done, is a one-shot dump, but manufacturers don't stand still.